Well, hello. It's me coming to you once again. We are in our second full week of Lent. Once again, Lent from the Middle English word that means lengthen because the days are getting longer. But in Christian practice, Lent is that season which leads up to Easter and is an opportunity to oftentimes take up a practice of some kind, whether it be giving up something, sacrificing a favorite food or item, or it be taking up a new practice. Today I wanted to remind you of something I try to remember to remind you each time I see you, which is that you are infinitely precious and unconditionally loved, just for the person that you are. In fact, it's because of the person that you are infinitely loved and accepted and precious, because of that person that you are, because you were made to be you. Now, today I wanted to talk a little bit about why we take up Christian practice, why we pray, why we meditate and fast and read and let go. It's because each of us needs practice in order to be the person that we were always meant to be. I spent part of last week in preparation for this past Sunday's sermon, which was about Jesus and his wanderings in the wilderness. And part of why I am convinced Jesus had his wilderness wanderings and the temptations that he faced is because he had to reconnect with and be certain about who he was as he sought to share the message God had given him uniquely to share with us. Now, the same is actually true for each one of us. Each one of us is meant to hold a specific post in this world, is meant to bear a specific, unique to us message in the way that we live, in the words that we speak, and we are meant to be the infinitely precious, unconditionally loved persons that each of us was meant to be. However, in the world in which we live, other people tend to channel what they want from us onto us, whether it be our peers or family or friends or society itself or the norms of our profession. All sorts of people in the world are channeling, whether intentionally or not, you can question, but are channeling onto us who they think we should be. And guess what? It's not up to them for us to be the person they want us to be. It's up to us, each one of us, to determine for ourselves how we're going to be the person we were meant to be. Because let me speak it another way. You are a gift for being you. You're a gift. Don't let somebody tell you to be someone else so that you can be the kind of gift that they want, because you're meant to be the gift you already are deep inside. But over a lifetime, we cover over what and who that person is within us as we seek to appease and make others happy with who we are. And guess what? I've got some bad news for you. No matter how hard you try to make everybody else happy, you won't. You simply won't. That's on them, not on you. So the best you can do is try to be in touch with who God made you to be. I'm convinced Jesus walked in the wilderness and his daily going off by himself in prayer was because being Jesus wasn't as easy as we somehow make it out to be. Like he was born to be the Son of God. From the moment that he was born, he knew exactly what he was supposed to say at every given moment, and he knew exactly what to do at every turn, and that everything was just handed to him. And the truth of the whole thing is, I'm convinced that's absolutely not true. Jesus had to work just as hard at being Jesus as James has to work at being James, and you have to work at being you. Don't let your voice in this great and beautiful universe in which we live be usurped by somebody else's voice, because the voice that matters is yours and every other voice. But with each of those voices being the unique message they were meant to convey. It's easy to say that. It sounds easy to say that, and maybe you already think you've already turned me off because I've said Jesus had to practice being Jesus in order to be the Jesus God meant him to be. And if that's the case, then you're no longer listening anymore. I'm sorry that you feel that way. But I think that it gives me hope to think of Jesus this way, to recognize that Jesus had to work just as hard at bearing the message that God had given him as I would have to work to bear the message that's given me. And the hard work is really this: be in touch with who God made you to be. Make time in your life to sit quietly, to listen. Make time in your life to be kind to others randomly, not for what you'll get out of it, but just for the joy in being kind. In fact, be kind to yourself. Make some time in the midst of this season, if you want to celebrate it in preparation for Easter, make some time in this season to sit and give yourself the gift of quiet. Don't fill every moment with a sound or a song or an event or the next thing, the plan for what's coming. Instead, be where you are right now. Be who you are, knowing that the person you are is the gift God gave us all to receive. Don't become so self-focused that you become narcissistic. We've all seen that in society and what happens there. But recognize that the person you are is meant to be a gift. It's meant to be a gift to us. So be yourself. Be the person you were meant to be. Don't worry about all the other voices telling you who to be. Listen to the voice of God that rings true within you. You are infinitely precious. You are unconditionally loved. You are meant to be you. And thank God for you. Thanks for being with me for this message today. And I hope you'll have a good week. Be you. Be you. The you that's already infinitely precious and unconditionally loved. Thanks for joining me today.